The Missouri National Guard one-on-one. Missouri National Guard, always ready, always there.
Well, coming off a 58-14 season opening victory, the Tigers will host Toledo on Saturday. And Coach, I know it's been a long time since the last time you coached at Toledo, but you are a member of the Hall of Fame there. You're the all-time winningest coach in that program's history. And you got a lot of assistants here who worked really hard alongside you to build that program into a MAC powerhouse. So what are the emotions going to be like whenever the Rockets come to Columbia?
Well, you know, there's a lot of emotions. I think, you know, we just had great experiences there. Toledo's a great place to live, great people. You know, just a lot of great things happen there, and you know, I was surrounded by a lot of good people, and so it's great to see the success they have too, and the great place that it is. But other than that, we want to win. So it's like I was at Washington too for many years. Been fortunate coaching on be a couple places, and anytime, you know, I'm always rooting for Washington, always rooting for Toledo unless we play them. But they have a very good football team.
What are some of the tenets of your program that you maybe developed there at Toledo that worked well for you there that you brought here to Columbia that you keep using all these years?
Well, I think it was just the foundation. That's the Don James Foundation, who I played for, I worked for at Washington. And when we came here, we pretty much told the story of me playing in that foundation at Kent State years ago, Jack Lambert, Nick Saban, those kind of guys. Then I was part of it at Washington. I took that program from Washington to Toledo, and we had great success and brought it from Toledo to Missouri. That's kind of like our talking points. And the foundation of who we are, it's still the same. It's as it was from the very beginning. And Toledo as a first-year head coach, first-time head coach, it was obviously very significant from that standpoint too.
When you look at this year's Toledo team, they're coming off a tough game they had down in Gainesville, but they gave the Florida Gators all they could handle. What do you see as some of the keys are whenever you take on the Rockets this week? Well,
first of all, they win big games all the time. You historically go back, even when I was there, I was fortunate to be some big wins also, and they love playing outside their league. You know, they thrive on it. They're highly motivated and they're highly successful. So I think our players have to understand the history and also the respect that we have to have for that football team and that program, the tradition at that school. So we expect them to come in and play, and they're very talented. They're very well coached. They got good athletes. They run well. They're competitive. Quarterback's a great player. You know, it's like anything else. It's you know, it's going to be a difficult game, and we just got to prepare well and play our best.
Let's talk a little bit about your team and where you guys are at coming off of that impressive season opening win. One of the main things out of that game that Tiger Nation is still reverberating over is the return of Henry Josie, and I know that was very important to you and very special for you and your players. What are your feelings about the way he was able to come back, and of course that 68-yard touchdown, and just what all of that meant for him?
Well, it was just a big day in regards to that. Obviously we won, which is the most important thing, but you know, for everybody, I saw him embracing Dr. Smith, who did the surgeries, and you know, and Rex Sharp, our trainer, and Will Ebner, one of his roommates, lived with him for a week and a half in the hospital, 24 hours a day other than getting practice in school. So there's just so many things that were tied into that, and it was so great for him to, you know, have that great run at the end, and we could see his speed, and anybody had any doubts that he's got it back. And certainly it was we need to reward him with a game ball. First time ever since I've ever been coaching that we've been a part of that. It's such a team sport, but that was like our gift as a football team to him for all that he did to get back and to play at the level he did.
Whenever you look at the total team effort that you had against Murray State, what are some of the things that you look at and say, both offensive and defensively, those things went really well, I like the way that came together, and that you'd like to see carried forward in the next couple of games?
Well, I think, you know, we call it the plan to win, and that's, you know, the kicking game. And, you know, we won the kicking game overall, although we get the consistency at PAT field goal in some areas like that. Our kickoff was really good. You get in the end zone, that really takes a great player out of the game if he's a great kick returner. But the kicking game, the turnover margin, mental errors, you know, those areas, you know, we did really well at, and least amount of penalties. So there was a lot of things, and I thought we played a fairly disciplined game. You know, we didn't have 9, 10, 12 penalties. You didn't see a lot of sloppy play. But there's you know, what we have to do. We have to become a better football team, and we right now, you know, thankfully, knock on wood, we're very healthy. And when you're healthy, you got a chance to get better because you're practicing as your unit together, and as an individual, you're out there getting reps in fundamentals. So you really have an opportunity to become a better football team, and that's so important for us, because I think we have the makings of a good team, but you know, we need to work to become really good.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck on the next step Saturday against Toledo.
Thank you.
Head coach Gary Pinkel, Tigers take on the Toledo Rockets Saturday at 2:30. We hope you're there at Faurot Field.